Prenuptial agreement. Pay $20,000 a month.
If we get married and then you decide to divorce me next year, then you leave with half of it. That's not fair.
He's decided he wants a prenup.
Really?
Really?
I mean, by the time that you get to the point where you don't want to be with each other anymore, you want it to go as smoothly as possible.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to videos of men who refuse to marry women unless they sign the prenup. And the women reactions are going to be priceless. I don't want to hold you. Go ahead and hit that like button. Definitely share the video. If this is your first time watching, watch the entire video and subscribe at the end. Let's get to it.
But my question is, why do we really need one?
I've had a pretty large company even before I met you. So if we get married and then you decide to divorce me next year, then you leave with half of it. That's not fair.
But why are you already thinking about that?
Babe, it's something I have to think about. I don't know why Danny's so surprised. A prenup's obviously something that we need to have in place. I built a business long before she even came into the picture, you know, and I had to protect that. Like, you want to get married, like trying to work with you.
I don't want to be pushed. I'm just not sure if you're doing this because you don't trust me or like you're not sure about our future.
Well, I think you're overthinking it.
I don't know how to explain this to you. I feel like you're not understanding what I'm saying.
I am understanding. It's not my intention is to leave you.
It's not. Like, I didn't even think about that. You're the one thinking about that.
It's just the reality of what makes sense. Like,
Yeah, but it's like, this is not how I pictured like it was gonna start.
there's no reason to cry.
I need like 1 second.
Babe, you don't have to cry.
Marriage is not a fairy tale that you see on TV. Every woman wants her marriage to feel like she's inside of a movie. And then when it comes down to business, it's like, hold on, we're not talking about love anymore. Tell me all the love stuff. No, when a man builds a business, you will not get a part of it. You sit back and argue with men who work 9 to 5s that ain't really getting nothing from their job. And even those guys don't want to sign a prenup. But when it comes to a man who has a legitimate business, sorry, sweetheart, you're not walking into his life bending over, looking good, sucking some slong, and getting half. And when women can't get that, it defeats the whole point of why she wanted to get married.
I knew my husband would want one, and I didn't even make. My boyfriend asked for a prenup, and I feel offended and sad. What would you do? What I did, my love, was sign a prenup. I knew my husband would want one, and I didn't even make him ask. Right after we got engaged, I said, I bet you want a prenup. And he said, yeah, I do. And I said, no problem. I have nothing against him wanting to ensure what he has created for himself. And that's what a prenup is. It's just insurance. You having insurance on your house doesn't mean you're going to burn it down. And a couple having insurance on their assets doesn't mean they're headed for divorce. In today's world, it's okay to protect what you've created. It's okay to have insurance.
Make sure you get your marriage insurance, which is a prenup. But at the same time, make sure you've developed a level of success before you ask for a prenup.
Nate and her men get married, asks her for a prenup.
Grab your phone. So he wanted, I was like, okay, you know, maybe because since he has a company and, you know, he has money and, you know, whatever.
Kim, I think Nate Chacha came from her mom. I'm not sure, but I think so, right?
Oh.
Oh. Where'd you come from?
Me, I made it.
Oh, the name. Oh, I think you.
Let me get back to the story time. So he told, you know, obviously he was a little skeptical because he has money, he has a company, blah, blah, blah.
It's just a divorce.
But why did you want me to, this was like 3 years ago. It was when we made 2 years into a relationship. So why did you want me to sign a prenup at first?
I don't know.
You don't know. Little sus, huh?
I know one of the main reasons was like,
I don't fart. Hold on. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, bro. Make sure you get that prenup, because if she's doing this in public, at some point you're going to get sick of looking at her. Get the divorce and leave her out. She's already fat and sloppy anyway.
My last relationship, we broke up because he asked me to marry him, but then he asked me to sign a prenuptial agreement. And I said, absolutely not. I think that's bogus. I'm not going to sign a piece of paper that says that if you leave me, I get nothing. Like, no, I think that I should have half of everything that you've worked your entire life for. And I think that's fair.
And that's why she gets paid to deep throat, mushroom tip. Men are not wifing up sleazy beezies. Weirdos that would take you out the game. it's going to wife you up. In modern day time, hoes, y'all don't stand a chance anymore. The energy in the air has changed.
Let me tell you what my husband says. He says that if a man asks you to sign a prenup, run, because he's not a provider. Like, he's already keeping something from you, and he's already in that mindset of like trying to protect himself.
It's probably easy for a man to say this if he's never been burned before in divorce. He's got his guard down. He doesn't realize the potential loss he's staring at when he chooses to marry. And it's not about keeping things from you. It's about helping things along in the event of a divorce. I mean, you're already losing your partner. Emotional damage, there's just so much going on. Prenup can make things easier. It's not always about making sure that the other person doesn't get anything. It can be more about keeping things organized. And if the way divorces continue to go, most men will require a prenup. Otherwise, it makes no sense for them to get married.
And I absolutely agree with her on this. Women are not understanding that you live in themes. So you may want to be married one day, and then you may wake up one day and not be in love again, and you're going to want half because you don't want to go back to work. You want to maintain the lifestyle that you have, which is why a lot of women who divorce with money typically end up being a side chick with a dude who has money.
He's decided he wants a prenup.
Really?
Really?
Should I be?
For me, it's a bit controlling.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you're still quite early days.
Yeah. So he said the house will go to his sister.
Oh, really? So what's in the contract though? That's the thing. When you do a prenup, so everything will go to your sister. So you're effectively screwed. So in the prenup, you got nothing of you in there.
I don't think so.
I don't like
I've
that.
not. You don't like
No.
it?
Have you signed it?
No, I don't like that. No. Say like in 20 years' time, you're absolutely happy married, love the guy.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
You got 2 kids.
Can you change a prenup?
That worries me that you never know what life brings at you, and
I'm always going to be on eggshell.
Do you think that's a sign then that he's already thinking about potentially separating? He's planning.
it's giving it an easier option, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure if you're a diva, he's going to get tired of you being self-centered and he's going to leave. A lot of guys would get married because they want the theme too. They're caught in the hype. They may be a new millionaire. They may be someone that's like, all right, I got my money together. Let me try to get married. And in a lot of cases, the woman that they're marrying, they know wants princess treatment, and they know that that woman's going to always attract other men. He's protecting his assets just in case she changes her mind. And when you got friends like this that you just seen in a skit, he knows, like, you right, sign the prenup because your friends are always in your ear.
Are relationship prenups a good idea?
I say yes. I think that they're a really good idea. I mean, by the time that you get to the point where you don't want to be with each other anymore, you want it to go as smoothly as possible. And at this point, you can pull out that piece of paper and be like, this is yours, this is mine, and you can separate in a nice, amicable way. At least that's what you hope for.
I'm done. I don't want any of this. Take it. I'm out. I think if you have a prenup or if you have some sort of contract, you're already going into the relationship with an expiration date. You're thinking, I'm gonna break up with you.
It's just that when you build and you spend those late nights, no sleep, working hard, and a woman comes in your life living fairy tales, and then she changes, you want it to be simpler too. It isn't going in a relationship thinking that I'm already going to have an expiration date with this woman. It's more like women change their minds. I'm just going to be prepared if she changes.
You really not going to sign a prenup?
No, I'm not signing no prenup. What you got is what I got.
Okay, but I don't understand. Why would you not want to sign? Basically, our love is real.
Your money is my money. Simple as that.
Okay, why are we going straight to the money? It don't have any. All I'm doing is my lawyers are telling me that I have to protect myself, and it's not from you, but it's just
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Everything that you bring in the house, is mine too.
Nah, because I mean, what did you come with? What did you come with that you deserve to think you just don't like? Like, this is for our own protection. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care what you say. It's my money too. Simple as that.
But see, the lawyer said that's what you was going to do, though. They were saying you was not.
No, he didn't.
So what's the point of you not signing the prenup,
The
though?
money that you bring home is mine too. Simple as that. End of conversation.
That's crazy. So I guess there ain't going to be no wedding then.
Whatever. It's going to be a wedding.
Really not.
It ain't going to be no wedding. If you and her is sitting up arguing like this over a prenup, what makes you think you're ready to spend the rest of your life with each other?
Prenups, especially for Black women, are one of the most important things that you could ever get. Let me tell you why. First off, this isn't financial advice. I'm just someone that loves knowledge and learning from other people's mistakes. Prenups are simply debt allocation agreements. It allows you off the hook if your partner during your marriage gets into serious debt. That's the main function of it. See why this could be important? Say your partner decides to spend all of your money, or they have a sudden gambling problem. You're not on the hook for that because you got a prenup. And for you girlies who are super into bagging a rich man, this is especially important for you. Because in case you didn't know, rich people have a lot of debt. Debt isn't a bad thing to rich people. It's a tool that is utilized. And say you come into the marriage with not as many assets, but suddenly you have to leave the marriage and that debt is in your name. Debt that you were not aware of and debt that you did not acquire. Getting a prenup is one of the best things you can do if you're going to get married because it starts opening the path to very clear communication. You can put all sorts of things in it to protect your interests. The issue is that a lot of people don't read the fine print or they won't read the prenup because they're too in love or they don't get representation to read the prenup and they don't negotiate it and they just sign whatever, only realizing years later that they got screwed. So please get a prenup. Especially black women.
Black women don't have to worry about, like, 90% of you are single moms. When's the last time y'all got married and didn't have kids? Black women get married after they have 3 or 4 kids.
I'm going to try to get Justin to sign a prenup, y'all.
I want all the YouTube channels and all social media platforms.
Prenuptial agreement. Prenup and all the social media platforms and must pay $20,000 a month, $15,000 if not employed. Yeah, I'm not signing this bullshit.
I wouldn't either. Like, in my opinion, don't even get married. Just date each other and live in separate houses. It seems to work better that way because everybody thinks that they're bringing a lot to the relationship. And 9 times out of 10, women are bringing debt and nothing else. Get in the comments and let me know. Are you making somebody sign a prenup before you get married? Hit the like button. Definitely share the video. If this was your first time watching, hit that subscribe button. See you on the next video.